now. It is a policy that critics say will cause more damage than COVID. Businesses say the government's ending of tax-free shopping post-Brexit will result in tourists spending up to £1.8 billion less than they do now and lead to huge job losses across the economy. Here's Jessica Ewer.
It's been a difficult year for retail. After 2 lockdowns, London's most famous department store has opened its doors to visitors once more.
Christmas is well on the way here. When the store opens in a few hours, the queue for this designer brand will reach all of the way down here.
But as the country is trying to recover, the government has decided to end tax-free shopping for tourists. It will make Britain the only place in Europe not to offer the scheme, and businesses are worried.
It will not only affect Harrods, it will affect all manufacturing in the UK. Harrods is the shop window for UK luxury manufacturing. So this is not just about a London-centric issue. And we think this is 40,000 jobs which can be directly attributable to Rishi. And as those job losses are made, we will call them out.
It's not just luxury retail that's set to be affected. Smaller businesses that rely on tourism are also concerned. Kareem has owned Metro Express just off Oxford Street for 25 years.
We closed for 4 months in the first lockdown, and we didn't have any income or anything.
We know there's a lot of tourists from like Saudi Arabia and all of those countries, and they come and they spend money, a lot of money. And sometimes we get them, when they're walking around, they see a nice small cafe on the spot, they'll be like, let's go see what they have, and then they'll eat. But obviously I haven't seen a tourist in a long time. So we're surviving, we're trying to survive.
The government defended its position on Thursday.
The government recognises the contribution that the VAT res has made to the international tourism retail in the UK. However, there wasn't a choice of maintaining the VAT res as it is today.
And there's no sign they'll change their mind.
We all recognise the government's got a lot on at the moment. There's a lot of competing things that they're looking at. What I'd ask is, take a year, do the calculations properly, and look after the people, not only in London, but in manufacturing across the UK.
There's now cross-party consensus for a review of the Treasury's decision. After weathering the worst crisis in their history, for businesses still standing, there could be worse to come.
Jessica Ewer there. Well, Felicity, you're a member of the Treasury Select Committee. They are calling for an urgent review of this policy. Why?
Well, I think for a number of reasons. When we are leaving the European Union, we want to make ourselves attractive to international visitors. Secondly, there's no question that our high streets are suffering. So again, we want to encourage these visitors. And thirdly, from an economic perspective, we are concerned that if you take into account the totality of the expenditure and the tax revenue, that Treasury may actually be worse off, because you've got to think that these visitors are spending a lot of money in hotels and restaurants, and we are getting the benefit of that VAT.
So the government's got this wrong?
I think it should be subject to review over a 6 to 12-month time period.
Steve, the government has spent billions of pounds trying to support the economy during this pandemic. Why should we spend even more subsidising shoppers who aren't even British taxpayers?
Well, it's nice to be able to agree with Felicity on this point. We were both in the same debate at the end of last week, and I thought she spoke very well on this point. We are suffering in the United Kingdom the worst recession of any major economy at the moment. Up to 1 million people have already lost their jobs, and the effect of this decision on VAT res could be that upwards of 40,000 people will lose their jobs as well. I've seen even higher figures than that. Now, I think it's not unreasonable, given the circumstances, for the government to simply review in an open and transparent way the full impact of their decision. We don't want them blundering into a decision that makes life more miserable and harder for so many people because they haven't considered all the aspects of this decision. So I think they should just pause, review, and then let's take the decision again in the future.
A bit of joyous agreement there between the two of you. Is this a blundering by the government, Felicity?
No, I don't think it is a blundering, but we need to listen to what retailers, hotel and restaurant owners are saying. We need to make the right decision.
OK, well, we will see. Quick Question, what are you doing this Christmas, Felicity?
Undecided. We don't know when Parliament will actually break up, so we will see.
All up in the air. Steve, quickly, what are you up to?
That's true. We might be in the House of Commons, mightn't we? We all hope not. But
could be a working Christmas for you both. Well, that is all we have time for. My thanks to Felicity and to Steve. This is the last show in the series for 2020. What a year it has been. But we will be back in the new year. From all of us on the team, thank you so much for keeping us company this year. We wish you a happy and peaceful Christmas and a healthy and prosperous new year. Goodbye.